Hello everyone. Welcome to day 36. Basically, this is not day 36. This is basically uh, day 40. Excuse me. And basically, from past 4 to 5 days, means like I'm having serious fever and cold, and my health is deteriorating day by day. For that reason, none of my videos were coming out. So, yes, today I'm bit okay from past this couple of days. I'm bit okay today, so I'm ready to just explain you the things, and we will just move on further. Uh, Today's is to explain the certain things. Okay. So in the last class, what we discussed about was I discussed about basically what are the nine fundamentals of OOPS, and today we're gonna discuss about all those things. Means like everything's in detail, whether it's a object, whether it's class, whether it's data abstraction, whether it's encapsulation, whether it's inheritance, constructor overloading, method overloading, all these things we'll be discussing in detail, right? So what we'll be doing now, first, as I suggest you guys to just open the mind map. And meanwhile, when you guys are opening the mind map, what I will do, I will just open my spider here. Okay. And also, what is the mind map? Mind map is the pictorial representation of your data. Means like anything which you want to see in a crisp manner, the important elements, it's not possible for you to look all through those 300 pages or 10,000 lines of code or 10,000 data in a CSV or Excel entry, right? So for that reason, you need a mind map so that everything will be crisped in a single manner, in a single page. Okay. So basically, when we discussed about class, we discussed about that class is the blueprint of your program. Blueprint of your program means, for example, if you are constructing a building, so certainly you need something, you need a blueprint for that. Unless and until you don't have a blueprint, you can't be able to design your building, right? Or if you will design it, so then what will happen? Means like your building will be like some pillars will be crooked, or it will be not in appropriate way. Okay. So for that reason, what we do, we use class. We basically divide our program, we divide our system in a specific set of codes. Okay. So for example, let me say we will be discussing now about class. What do you mean by class? Okay. So let me increase my font here. And for example, I am defining a class name as, you can say, just take an example of dog. Okay. So for example, I am defining a class name as dog. Okay. I have to give here colon. And here what I will write here def slash slash. Basically, this thing doesn't work in my Python. So just let me do one thing here. Basically, why I'm doing this, because my keys doesn't work somewhere. I'm planning to buy a new keyboard, but meanwhile I'm just copy pasting it. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to just write here. Def, basically this is a double slash. When you will see it, when I'm removing it, you can see it. It's one slash, then it's two slash. Then what I have to write? I have to write here init. Then again here, two slashes, right? And here I will write, basically this init is a constructor. And again, what I have explained you guys, what you mean by constructor. If you haven't got me through it, so what you can do, you can just watch my previous video. You can get through it. Okay. So def init, what I will write here, self. And another thing I will write here, name. And one more thing I will write here, breed, because they are different breeds of dog. Okay. There are different breeds of dog as well. So what do you mean by self here? Self basically is a pointer. Self is a pointer object, means like pointer, which helps us to point on certain object. Okay. For example, like this dog have certain breeds. Okay. For example, its name is there, right? Its breed is there. Its name is there. Its breed is there. Okay. Name you can take according to you, means like uh for example, according to you, your dog name is Bruno, right? So self dot Bruno you will write. Why self? Because self helps us to, it is a pointer object. Again, you can write whatever name you can what. You can write your name as well, my name as well. I'm writing it. There is no issues in that as well. Basically, you can take anything of your choice, but self is identically observed, means like taking is at a good, matlab, like it's a good practice, means like for a better understanding of the code. For example, if this code is being used by someone, he not be able to locate what is particularly Avinash doing here, right? So, for that person to understand this code, for the readability of code, we are using here self. Okay, why we are using self? Because it is universally used and people can relate with it. Nobody will be confused that why this particular another variable is there instead of self, right? So what I will do, I will just write here self, and for example, self dot name is equal to my name. My name of the dog will be there, okay? And self dot breed, my breed will be there for particular, okay? And here I will just define a function. A function will be like function, you can say what are the basic functions of a dog. Okay, basic function of a dog is to bark. Okay, right? So for example, I'm writing here bark and I'm writing here self, and what I will be doing, I will be printing f self dot name says woof. Okay, so you can see here, right now my object is being successfully created. And why it isn't printing anything? Because I haven't called this function, right? If I will go down, okay, and I will just write here bark, and I will just pass my name as Bruno. Okay, I'm passing here Bruno, and breed I'm writing here Husky. Okay, Husky. And if I will execute this line of code, You can see here, my object is being successfully created here in main dog. It's like basically in this constructor, my object has been successfully created. So like this way you can create a class. Basically class is a blueprint, and again if you don't have to do anything with this, so what you can do, you can write simply here pass, because I don't have to write here anything. And what's the another function of dog is there to guard it. Okay, so I will write here guard itself, I will write here self, and again I will just write here pass. Okay, so similarly like this you can help with certain function is there. There are several function pertaining to it, right? Now we will discuss about the example of an object. Okay, so for example, I'm taking second number. Okay, second number is basically our object, and basically we discussed object is the smallest entity of our program, and basically it's the instance of the class. Okay, so for example, here you can see uh, my object here is name and breed. Okay, basically name and breed is my object, and my class is dog, and name and breed is the instant of my dog, means like basically the object of my dog, the basically the you can say the details of my dog. So for you guys to just understand it in a simpler way, you can say the details of my class. What is an object? Basically the smallest details, every smallest details. Like for example, if you are being interviewed for anything, so what will happen? Similarly, the HR or recruiter will ask you, okay, so tell me about yourself, tell me about your details, right? So everything which you will convey to the recruiting officer or the HR, so that particular smallest detail will be the object of yours, right? So here also name and breed is the object of the dog. So how we can define those? You can see here. Here I am just defining one variable here, and here I am just writing dog, and here I am writing, for example, my dog name was Bruno, right? Bruno, and I will write husky, husky. I have written here, and now I have to call my function bark. Okay, okay, and I will just call my function here, and I will use and dot bark. And if I'll execute this line of code, you can say here Bruno, and he says woof, right? And if you want to print it like comma says who, and he is, you can write here self dot breed. Okay, and if I will execute this line of code, then you can certainly see Bruno dot says woof and he is husky, right? And the breed name is husky. So we can say here, basically the object here was husky and Bruno. Basically his name and breed was the object of my class dog. Okay. Now the another thing which we'll be looking into it, the four pillars, the four pillars of object oriented programming. Oops. The four pillar of object oriented programming. Okay. And what is the four pillars of object oriented programming? The number one is encapsulation. Encapsulation. Second is, you can say the data abstraction. The third one is inheritance. The fourth one is polymorphism. Okay. We have already discussed about all these things. What do you mean by the term inheritance, data abstraction, and encapsulation? And the detail in programming we will be discussing tomorrow. So for today, we have completed with the class and object, and tomorrow we will be completing with encapsulation, data abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism, right? So till then, you guys just keep practicing it. I'm keeping this video short because this is a complex topic and this is the most important topic. You might not miss it, okay? Because it helps us to code, make our coding life easy, okay? So till then, you guys just keep practicing it. See you in my next video and goodbye. Take care. Jai Hind.